Good afternoon, Trojans. I am Griffin Epstein, speaking to you from the Petaluma High softball field, where our Petaluma Trojan girls softball team is facing the Sonoma Valley Dragons in the first SCO game of the 2017 season. The Dragons lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. The Trojans have a runner on third, and this is a hot shot right to the left fielder, and that's going to be the end of the inning. So the Trojans in that inning got a leadoff single. They then bunted that runner all the way over to third, but they could not get the hit to score a run in the bottom of the third. So we're going to head to the fourth, 2-0. The Dragons scored 2 runs in the top of the first, but the Trojan pitchers have calmed down since then. Alright, the top of the fourth underway, and the Dragons at the bat. The Trojans have not won a game yet on this season. They had a pretty short non-conference schedule. They finished 0-2-1. Their first game was here at home, their only home game so far on the season, and the Trojans had a crazy 13-13 tie with Montgomery. An extra innings game was stopped due to darkness, and a swing and a miss there. It's 0-2. The Trojans then, with a fell to San Marin, that was also at home, so 2 games at home. Fell San Marin in a tight one, and then were surprisingly blown out by Casa over at the Gauchos Field. The first win for Casa in the softball Egg Bowl, the rivals of the Trojans in 8 years. The Trojans trying to make things different. That pitch is low, and we have a full count here. It is that is hit. Good play at first, and it is India Smith who will step on the bag. Meanwhile, it's Ava Chabot, the Trojans ace, the sophomore, who is at the mound. And she's had a tricky start to her season. She was on varsity last year as a freshman, but she settled in here after a rough first against a Sonoma team that can certainly do some damage. Another swing and a miss there. And 0-2 the count. Sonoma Valley played a busy non-conference schedule. This has popped up. Smith gets under it, makes a nice basket catch. And that is 2 down. The Dragons are led by Fanichi, their do-it-all catcher and senior. They have an experienced team, and after a long time since they've won their last SEL title with the Trojans dominating that, they have hopes this year, and the start to their season can only give them some more hope. 0-1 the count, and that's in there again. Chabot is firing strikes. She has really settled into her groove to a rough start. The Trojans are captained by senior Alexis Silinate, the third baseman, number 13. You can see here, this one is fouled right by me. Off the photographer. That's gotta hurt. Still 0-2. The pitch is again fouled off down the third base line, and will roll right in front of the photographer. It's Dragon battling hard as Sonoma has some important bats. That one misses high, Chabot's got to stay patient here. She is really in a rhythm, but a little bit of frustration could easily take you out of that. This is to Chris, the shortstop, to Smith in time, and that is the end of the inning, or the end of the top of the fourth, 2-0. A good 1-2-3 inning for Chabot. All right, bottom of the fourth here. Stay tuned. We are going to get some baseball. Sonoma has come to try to invade Petaluma High School today. Their baseball team is opening up SCL play against the Trojans over on the baseball diamond, and we are going to get coverage of both as strike is taken there, so stay tuned for that. On the mound pitching a shutout for the Dragons is junior Herbert. This is popped up. Shortstop under it, 1 down. Jenna Herbert Jr. also plays soccer and basketball. A tri-sport athlete. Very impressive. Chris, the most definitely tallest player on the court. Or on the diamond, excuse me. She does also play baseball. Tallest player on the diamond will the back. She's the star shortstop. Only a sophomore. Her older sister. That ball's in there for a strike. Her older sister, Joelle, is a sophomore currently at Arizona University, is on their softball team. It's part of the Petaluma girls softball team that went very deep in NCS 2 years ago. Last year, co-SCL champions with Annalee, but they've had 6 consecutive years of SCL championships. Something no other sport here at Petaluma High can even close to say. 1-1 pitch is low to Crest. Trojans have struggled to get base runners, just a few, and they have not been able to get them into runs. But they have to be happy with the pitching. That's certainly been a problem. We've seen a lot of errors. This is headed to center. Well, one hop to the center fielder, and Christ has a base hit. And once again, the Trojans get a base runner in this inning, or in another inning. This is another sophomore on the young Trojans, but a lot of them experienced. A lot of these sophomores, Chabot, Chris, Smith, were all on the varsity team as freshmen. But they've got their plenty of upperclassmen too, and even a few freshmen. It's a good mix. 1-0 pitch to the first baseman, Smith. That pitch is high. 2-0. See if the Trojans have nerved Herbert. Swing and fouled back. And just a beautiful day from the diamond. A light breeze, 78 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Perfect spring day, both baseball and softball here. Petaluma High couldn't be much better as a Trojan fan. We are not live, if you're wondering, but we will be soon. Our first baseball live stream is coming up this Friday, which will be March 21st. The shortstop gets it and then bumps in to the left fielder, but holds on, 2 down. So our first baseball live stream will be this Friday against the Healdsburg Greyhounds, March 31st. By the time you're probably listening, that has probably already happened, but stay tuned. We're going to have plenty more baseball and softball live streams. Of course, there are a lot at the end, just due to some timing problems. We are busy in April, but as we get to the end of April and into early May, as the team's playoff pushes at the end of SCL play, we will be getting a lot of live streams, so tune into those. Most games start at 4. This is a blooper over the shortstop's head into center, and the Trojans have 2 on and 2 out, and are threatening. The pitcher, Chabot. No, I'm sorry, it's not. This is Mia Pariania, Jr. Trojans trying to get on the board. Tie up the undefeated Dragons. They really need a win just for their confidence. Burt tosses the ball around a little bit in her glove. And pitches high. The manager for the Trojans is Janstows. We're going to get a switch here. Chabot's going to come off at first. And it's going to be Emily Wyand, the talented freshman, along with her sister Katie Wyand. Both freshmen, both very talented, with a lot of promise. Have both been placed on the varsity roster. That one was high, and it's 2-0. And this is a good battle by Pariani so far. And the Trojans almost steal there, as that one's in for a strike, but then retreat. That is low. And again, the rudders threaten but don't go, especially Wyan has some speed. Chris just has sheer athleticism. This is hit into center. The center fielder making the running catch ends the threat for the Trojans. They got good hits, but they cannot score. We head to the top of the fifth. It's 2-0, and we are headed to baseball next. All right, we have moved over to the baseball diamond, and we have a tight one here too. Tied at 1, bottom of the fourth, and it's Nick Andrikin to bat. It's the very start at the bottom of the fourth. At a very well-populated diamond, that one's in there for a strike on both sides. And the Trojans have had a little bit more success baseball-wise than on the softball field so far. Much more busier schedules. That one drifts outside. Sonoma Valley 5-5, the Trojans 5-4, but they are coming up as this is a hard hit up the middle, base hit for Andrikin. Nice hit there. So the Trojans with a runner on their 5-4, but they're coming off 3 straight victories after winning over spring break the AL Rabinovitz title. They defended it, they won it last year. They do it again this year, beating Sonoma Academy, Montgomery, and Ukiah, and none of the games are too close. Ukiah's was the closest in the championship game, won by 2, so they looked very good after some disappointing results. Fell to Cardinal Newman in extras, defeated Redwood, fell to Concord in a high-scoring game, and fell to Tam. 2-0. Nobody on. Or excuse me, nobody out. Andrikin is on at first. That is in the right-hand corner for a strike. This is Connor Richardson, both third baseman and pitcher, senior, also on the football team for the Trojans. And time is called. Sorry, the camera fell off there, but it's all good. Low in the dirt. Walk Richardson, 2 on and nobody out. Freshman Sam Brown is up to bat, the only underclassman on these Trojans, pretty experienced, about half of them seniors. And and 11 returning players. So a lot of experience to value, as that one's on the outside corner for strike. And the Trojans have 7 players that were on the Petaluma Little League National World Series team that finished 3rd in the world in Williamsport, Pennsylvania about 5 years ago. On national television, that's some once-in-a-lifetime experience, but it's also going to benefit on the baseball diamond, staying calm. That one's outside. 2-1. Richardson at first and Andrikin at second, neither with much speed. And this is foul down the third base line, and hopefully no one's hurt on the track. That was where it was headed. One and two. That is foul and headed into the empty pool by the locker room. Good battle by Brown. It's a Dragon team that's 5-5. Certainly showed some promise. They're going to challenge the Trojans, as will Annalee, at the top of SCL this year. And this is hammered by Brown, but the left fielder running back, and there's not going to be any tag. We lost focus there for a minute. And there's one down. Brown is retired, and this is Devin Gottschall, junior catcher, also on the basketball team. Looking for the Trojans to take the lead in their SCL opener, as it's also the opener for the Dragons. That was low, and good stop by the catcher for Sonoma. Perez, the junior catcher. This is hammered to center. It's in no man's land. It's going to fall. And the bases will be loaded. A perfect hit off the inside of the bat. Falls in between the second baseman and the center fielder. And the Trojans have loaded the baseman for star bigman Bradley Smith. One out, and the base is loaded. Trojans trying to take the lead. Smith hits the first one up the middle. Second baseman will take it, step on second, throw to first. They did not get him, and the run will score. That was almost a spectacular play, but instead Andrikin comes in, and the Trojans have a run, and they lead 2-1. That's just good, hard-nosed baseball there, and it's going to be Danny Marzo. Another alum of the Little League World Series will come. Meanwhile, signs will be handed over for Sonoma. And that is in there for a first pitch strike for Danny Marzo. Outside, this ball's going to skip away, and the Trojans are going to get a run. Richardson comes in on the wild pitch. It was almost an impossible play to stop for Perez, and the Trojans have made it 3-1. And it's still Gottschall threatening, who advances to second on the pass ball. One and one, the count. And this is hammered by Marzo, but right to the right fielder. End of the inning, but the Trojans strike for 2. They take a 3-1 lead. This is the 2-2 pitch. Oh. This is really tender. Douglas at the bat. The payoff pitch was 1 down. You missed the first batter. It was Porter Slade who grounded out to third. This is really slow, and it was almost run out, but just short. So this is a good inning here for the Sonoma reliever. And there's now 2 down, and it's Kempton Brandis to bat. We're going to be heading off to softball at the end of this inning. Tight ones in both games. We'll see if the softball team was able to get runs on the board. Chabot really seemed like she had settled down. And that's in there for a strike. Brandis the junior, another one that was at the Little League World Series. That changeup almost fell into the strike zone. Makes it 1-1 pitch. Andrican on deck, so they've almost gone all around right to the first baseman. Bobbled it for a second, and then stepped on the back. That's the end of the inning. We're headed to softball right now. So the Dragons are 5-5. They've won 3 straight games as Marzo's first pitch is in there for a strike. The Trojans lead 3-1. They defeated Alhambra, Ukiah, and Eureka recently, but as that Marzo fires another strike, falling to Drake, Vintage, Justin Sienna, Sam Moran, a lot of big schools, so it's a pretty healthy schedule for the Dragons and pretty solid results even with the 500 record, as this is fouled back and will head into the parking lot. No cars harmed in the process. And this is hammered, diving play by Tomei at third, but he couldn't come up with it. Or Richardson at third. And a base hit for the Dragon. Missed the first pitch, it's outside. This is Snyder, he's the senior captain, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's both plays center field. He's also a pitcher, this should be 2. Step on second, throw to first, double play for the Trojans. That was at short. Logan Douglas, expert shortstop, one of the best fielders on the Trojans with the nice play. It eliminates the threat, and there's 2 down here now in the 5th. Way outside. Nice stop by Andrican, who's the primary junior catcher for the Trojans. He's a sturdy presence behind the plate. And that pitch is low. Don't forget to stick around after both games for interviews with coaches and players alike. You do not want to miss that. You can, of course, watch most of those interviews on our Trojan Live daily morning announcements, which can be found on the Trojan Live channel that you should be currently on, as that one's in there for strike 1-1. And that is fouled. It bounced in the batter's box, even though it rolled fair. And it's a 2-2 count, with the batter Handren, sophomore second baseman. Oh, I need to take photos. Also need to take photos for my journalism class. Here's the 2-2. Hi. 3-2. Marzo shrugs his shoulders, but this is the payoff pitch here. Pitch is grounded to first, and Marzo came over from the pitcher's mound to step on the mound. A good inning for the Trojans. They lead 3-1. We at the bottom of the 5th. So we are back on the softball diamond with very good news. We are tied at 3. The bottom of the 6th is going to get underway with Wyand at the bat. I'm sorry, Chabot at the bat. So she gave up one more run, but the Trojans' bat came through. Diving catch! Oh my goodness, what a play in right field. Wow. Oh, come on. That is in there for a strike. It was Lee who made the sliding spectacular catch. And that one's low. This is Mia Pariani, we saw earlier. And this is hammered again to the left fielder, and again she comes up with the catch. A lot easier that time, though. So it was not recording there. Don't know how long, but whatever the case, it's a 1-2 pitch to Ayers. There's 2 down, 2 nice catches in left field, and a swing and a miss. A quick 1-2-3 inning. We are on to the deciding 7th, tied at 3. Have made their plan. Overheard them. It's to hold them here and not let them score, and then it's to score. And believe it or not, Chabot is still pitching after 6 innings of 3-hit ball against a talented, high-scoring Dragons team. It's been impressive. Can she continue to maintain it? Give the Trojans a shot for their first victory of the year. As the sun's starting to set. The smell of barbecue on this Tuesday evening. First pitch is high. This is Fananucci, the senior captain for the Dragons. And the pitch is also high by Chabot. Down 2-0. Trojans with a comeback here. Can they complete it? They continue play very tomorrow on Wednesday, which will be the 29th against Elsie Allen. And then they will be on the road for a while. That one is in there for a strike. It's 2-1. And this one is mounts right to the reliable fielder, Solinante, but it's Smith. It was a long throw by Solinante, and it was a bounce, and she could not handle it. Bouncing out of her glove, and it's in infield. Probably the rule to base hit, but I don't know what the scorekeeper ruled on that one. So now a runner on, nobody out, and pressure moment for Chabot. First pitch is low to Alcaiga. Only a freshman, only 2 freshmen on a senior-clad Dragons squad. Runner goes. This one's hit high. Center fielder coming in. She'll make the catch. And there's 1 down. Runner at first was going, but obviously too late and had to retreat to first. Runner at first will go again. Oh, and then she stopped dead in her tracks. She started about a quarter way out, stopped dead, and the catcher for the Trojans was not buying anything. This is dribbled foul down the third baseline. This is popped up. Running in is the left fielder to make the catch. We have 2 down. Runner retreats to first. And these have been good pitches by Chabot to force the pop-ups. That was Ayers in left with the catch. And the red ponytail blocking the number here for the Sonoma batter was the first pitch by Chabot. And their first strike here in the top of the 7th. And that's low. It's going to go to the backstop. And the runner at second will easily advance. Or the runner at first will easily advance to second. And now, certainly a base stealer at second. Let's see if she decides to go 60 feet away from giving the Trojans the lead. This is over to right. Foul just out of the outstretched arms of Katie Wyand, one of the freshman twin sisters. What a catch that would have been to end the inning. This is fouled. One and two. And that is in there for a strike. 2 and 2. The pitch. And this is fouled. Oh, and a good job by the third base coach for Sonoma getting out of the way. That was curving right towards her. She athletically moved away. And this is fouled again down third. A good battle. 2 and 2. 2 out. Can Chabot get out of the inning? The runner threatening and scoring position at second. Swing and a miss. Chabot strikes her out. That's the end of the top of the 7th. And the Trojans head to the bottom of the 7th with a chance to walk it off. It's Orr, the pitcher, for the Dragons. And the Trojans now here on the 7th, hoping to get their first victory and walk it off, tied at 3. Oh, it's a walkout by Mevis, the junior, was well outside, so 1-0 the count. And another walkout, but this time it's a strike. Top of the order for the Trojans. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Mevis has just not seemed comfortable at the plate on this big a bat here. And she it's a awkward run off the first baseman's heel. Second baseman it was. And it is going to get Mevis to first. Off just a little swinging runner. The pitcher could have had it. She left it to the second baseman, what should have been an easy toss, but she couldn't handle the bouncing ball. And the Trojans have a runner at first. Nobody out. And it is Emily O'Keefe, also a basketball player, who is at the bat. The Trojans so close to their first victory now here, and a comeback it would
be. Down 2-0. Under 4, it's a good bunt. Got fires it to the first baseman. Did a good job holding on to that. That was fired so fast. And it's Mevis at second who advances. And now a base hit for the Trojans should win it. Chandler Mevis at second. And this, it's a chance to be the hero, is Katie Wyan, the talented freshman who takes outside on her first pitch. One and 0. Swing and a miss there. Mevis taking big leads at second, trying to make sure a base hit she would score. Outside there, pressure pitching to Orr, especially after an error could cost them. This is to the third baseman. Stares down. Center. Did they get her at first? No, they didn't get her. First and third. So they're 90 feet away. The third baseman stared down Mevis to make sure she wouldn't go. But the throw to first was a little short. And the first baseman had to come out and trying to tag behind her back. She was late. And then on that play, it's Mevis who will advance over to third, and a sacrifice fly could win it here for the Trojans as India Smith. First pitch is just inside. The disbelief of the Sonoma dugout. Disbelieve their undefeated season coming to an end, at least being undefeated. The Trojans would start off the SCL play with a win. It would be their first. Boy, would it be sweet. Smith takes low. Don't forget, again, to stay tuned for interviews with softball players, and we'll head back to the baseball diamond, hopefully not too late, to find out what happens there, but we cannot leave this thrilling conclusion here, and that is fouled. A battle by Smith here. 2-1. That hit her. It hit Smith right on the knee. And the bases are loaded. Obviously, only the runner at third matters. So, in some ways, you could argue that helps the Dragons, because it actually gives them the force out at any base. And it's Christ who can be the star once again, as she so often is. Pitch from Orr. He's right in there for a strike. 0-1, 1 out, bases loaded, tied at 3, bottom of the 7th, the final inning, unless we head to extras. And in there for another strike, 0-2. And Chris, all she needs is a deep enough fly ball to score Mevis at third. Outside, and the Sonoma dugout and their manager howls in shock at that one, which narrowly misses. Misses again. 2-2. Chris, as patient as can be, looking for her pitch and looking to be the hero. Whoa, full count. And a walk would win it. It could be the awkward walk-off walk. But it's certainly a possibility here with the patient crest. And the 3-2 payoff pitch with the bases loaded. Runners will be going. Actually, with one out, they will not be. Popped up! The first baseman over! She's got the catch! And it is Mevis at third, who just played with her a second. But no sack fly now, and there's 2 down, and Sonoma Valley could get out of a major jam. This is India Smith digging in. The sophomore could now be the hero after Chris failed. A tough battle, but she pumped up the inside pitch and was ran down in foul territory. First pitch in there for a strike. So we're really trying to get at a jam caused by themselves. An error, an infield hit. That was good base running by the Trojans, and then a hit batter. But not really any true hits for the Trojans. They've just battled. That one's in there, 0-2. And the tension builds here as Sonoma could get out of this. Bobble to the pitcher. She tosses to first. Sonoma gets out of the base. It is loaded jam, and we are headed to extras in the 8th.
We are here with Nick Andrikin, who your coach calls the hottest hitter on the team. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, you know. Sometimes you just square up the ball and just keep squaring it up. And that's what I've been doing. So.
Team won a big tournament last week. How do you feel for the rest of the season?
Oh, there were like 3 great wins in that tournament. You know, we played our asses off. Wait, can I say that? Is that?
I can get rid of it.
All right, that's fine. So we played our hearts out, and we just hit the ball better than the other teams and showed.
And the team got its first SCL victory today. What do you feel like you can accomplish in SCL as a team?
Oh, well, as long as we keep beating the top 3 contenders, Sonoma, Annalee, and Healdsburg, we should be fine. We're hitting the ball pretty well, and it's great to win your home opener.
What do you feel like is key?
It's really just about seeing the pitch you like and hitting it early, not being afraid to swing the bat. Sometimes the ball won't fall, but usually will.
All right. Right here with the coach of the team, Coach Shelton. The team going on.
You're exactly right. It built a lot of momentum. And our new uniforms. And
Do you feel like the team is now be a good team in SCL in their home opener? What are you looking to accomplish in SCL?
consistency. We got it. We have to take every game. They all are. And we go ahead and just play the way we want to play, which is our pitchers need to throw strikes, our defense needs to stay focused, make the routine plays, and the hitters, when they get their pitch, to be aggressive and take a good swing at it. And then we added a few more over the last course of the couple of games. We want to make sure that our base running is we're alert on the bases. So if we see a ball in the dirt, we take advantage of that. When we have a guy on second with 2 outs, we want to make sure he gets a good secondary lead and then a good jump off the bat so he can score on a base hit. I mean, these are all those little things that separates wins and losses. If you can do all those things, he'll end up winning.
It's been on fire.
Well, he's just really in a zone right now, as they say. And what's going on there is he's up there, he's well balanced, and when he gets his pitch in the strike zone that he likes, he doesn't hesitate, he attacks it. And the swings he's putting on it are excellent swings. Everything is right on the screws, as they say.
Thank you so much, Coach. All right. I've gotten a new battery, so chance of running out of power is not a possibility. We do hope that you enjoyed those baseball interviews. We left the softball field, a little drama, but the Trojans got through the top of the 8th with ease. They're now at the bottom of the 8th. We have a runner at first who was there after a force out at second, pitch before. It's Mevis who almost scored in the 7th. And you know the baseball players who are now walking back for someone to the bus. The softball players are hoping this doesn't go all night long, but not like the game against Montgomery where the Trojans tied. Sunlight is not a problem. The interesting swing on Mevis has her another infield base hit. Oh my goodness. No, it was foul. Oh, I thought she had done it once again. That's a highly unnatural swing. She chokes up high on the bat and sort of runs into the pitch. But it certainly creates some fascinating dribblers that have caused the Sonoma fielders a headache today. High, 1-2 the count. This is grounded right to the first baseman. She'll step on the bag. Once again, the Trojans get runners, but it's not enough. We're moving on to the 9th, and we could be here all night long, folks. All right, new battery. We have 78 more minutes left on it. Could be in for a long one. It's a bunt. Throw to first, cuts past the runner, and the runner at second, who automatically gets there due to the new rules, will come the ball all the way to the fence. The runner gets all the way to third. Oh my goodness gracious. It was a good bunt, but they're going to send the runner back to second because they're going to say the ball rolled out of play. But unfortunately, that throw was just a little rushed, and it would have advanced the runner to third with 1 out, but now the Trojans have given up a run here in the 9th. And the Trojans and Chabot going to have to recover. Pulls back the bunt. Wouldn't make, well, the second, but I don't know about that. Runner at second was way off, but she comes back. Chabot still pitching. She has just been a long haul. Trojans are not especially deep at the and they're going to have a meeting at the mound with manager Kurt Canstow, longtime manager of this powerhouse for the Trojans, but a danger of losing in what has been a good game. A wonderful evening of baseball and softball here at the Petaluma High School fields. The softball team trying to make it 2-4-2. The pitch in their first strike. So 2-0, actually, it was outside. 2-0, nope. Runner at second. Dragons lead by 1 here. Bunt is going to roll foul. It looked perfect for a second there. Two and 1, and Sonoma. That is in there. Sunk below the bunt, and you assume that the off now with 2 strikes. Interesting new rule that they have implemented here just in softball, not in baseball, for extras. Didn't end things in the 8th with good pitching, but who knows, it might end things in the 9th. Gee, look, and that's a good pitch. But Trojans have a 1 out, but it's still a long way for Chabot with the runner at second. The pitch. Low. And the Dragons dugout now rather painfully singing. They don't seem to be in the choir. No offense to them. 1-0 pitch by Chabot, who must have a massive pitch count, but no limit. Won't be for a while. Certainly not tomorrow, but that's not a concern against the LC Allen Lobos. Not the best team in SCL, for certain. That ball skips in the dirt. The catcher can't find it, and now it's going to be the runner at second. A possibility here for a sac fly. It's Latente, one of the 3 captains on. It's a 3-1 pitch to Altayaga. That misses wide on the payoff pitch. Runners on the corner. And this just has to be hard for Chabot. She has pitched so hard and so well. But with a few tough plays, big trouble as it is. A bunt is shown and pulled back. Ball in the dirt. Runner can advance to second without a throw. It's Hernandez who digs in. The 1-0 pitch. Getting low. That's a good stop. Allow another run with runners at second and third. High, and Chabot struggling to find a range. You just wonder if she's tired, and they have to get a reliever in there to try to make this lead manageable for the Trojans when they come up in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Low. 3-1. 1 out. 4 to second extra inning, the 9th. For the Dragons could not believe it. But the payoff pitch here for Chabot, this would really help things for the Trojans' cause of their first victory of the season. It's chopped. It's a roller to third. Solanante takes it, fires it to first. And good job steering back the runner to third, who did not go. That's a great play by Alexis Solanante. And with 2 down in the game, Chabot can get out of this jam with only 1 run allowed. That would be in there for a strike. I can tell you the first name. High, 1-1, and it appears that the bus with Sonoma baseball players is just going to leave without the softball players, so. Well, certainly for the baseball team, you've seen their confidence sky high. Came into it would change everything. Line, Kai, big catch, and center. I hope you saw that A brilliant play. That saved 2 runs, and it might have saved the game for the Trojans. They're still going to need to certainly have a chance after Chabot gets out of the gym with only 1 allowed. Sorry, mic not on there. Orr is pitching for the Dragons. You saw her in the 7th get out of the bases loaded jam to not allow the Trojans to walk off victory. Pitch away from giving up a walk that would have ended it. Instead, it's a bunt, lay down, foul, and remember that the Trojans start with a runner at second. And again, they only need 1. It is Mevis, who's pretty speedy. At the pitching position. Pressure for Orr, certainly, and certainly expecting a bunt, too. Here it is. It's a good one. Throw to first, and it's easy for Mevis to advance to third. And all the Trojans need, again, is a sac fly that would score. But the Trojans happen in the 7th inning, and it did not turn out well. They loaded the bases but could not score. But this Wyand, who can give the Trojans the lead. High. Four to 3. But Trojans have the tying run at third with 1 down. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That was Wyand who wanted to hit that one far enough that Mevis could tie this game up from third. Instead, or just that one outside. 2-1 the count. Wonderful family fare here. These games, plenty of fans have packed in the stands. Some of them were over watching the baseball game. I came over here, happy with that, and hoping to get another victory here. Swing and a miss there. And it's 2-2. And the plot thickens. Orr has shown her will to get out of jams. But this is low. And it will be a payoff pitch to Wyand. Only a freshman with a lot of experience. But she certainly seems poised up there at the plate. Sorry. This is fouled off. And battling. Hoping to frustrate Orr. Score the runner from third. Sonoma trying to remain undefeated. This is popped up. It's certainly not going to be deep enough. It's right at the second baseman. And there's 2 down. Have the winning run at third. But now an out for the Dragons would win this game. Smith who will step in. No, I'm sorry. It's Lanate who will step in. She's the captain. She certainly can come through with big hits. She's the senior, but the first pitch is in there for a strike that you didn't see. My apologies. Camera work will improve. James will have our very own camera operator, and I say we have some experts in Trojan Live. Don't forget to check out all the other Trojan Live videos as this one is sliced. Jouncing towards third. It is just foul. The Sonoma player flashes right in front of me. That one was close. But now it's 0-2 to Silanate. Can she come through here? The pitch. She just got a piece of that one diving in the dirt. Or trying to put this game away, but she has certainly caused some trouble. She came in relief. So the Dragon pitcher pitched well, but did give up 3 runs to get the Trojans tied up after trailing 2-0 early. This one is grounded. Foul. Just missed down the first base line. Silante's got 2 good reps, but she got this down each respective line. Still 0-2. Low, and the Dragon players hopping backwards in shock. They were ready to run to the dugout and celebrate 9-0 and 1-0 in SCL, but the ump says not yet. 1-2. This is popped up. The left fielder under it, coming in. She's made the catch. The game is over, and the Dragons have a comeback victory to their great excitement as they dash back to the dugout. They go undefeated 9-0, and it's a bitter loss for the Trojans, who once again fall. And in an absolute thriller in 9, 4-3 the final score. Make sure to stay right here for interviews, which are coming up next with Trojan players that will probably be a little disappointed over the tough results of this game, falling 4-3 and 2 extra innings in 9. The Trojans were just a ball away from winning it. They'll fall to go to 0-1 in SCL play, and they go to 0-4-1 overall with that tie against Montgomery. Stay right here. Interviews are next. Well, a tough loss here for the Trojan girls softball team, and they will have to recover, but they face LCL tomorrow, so that's a good chance there for a first victory here at their home. And then they're on the road, which are going to be some tough matches, but hopefully they can hang in there, get some confidence, and once again get another SCL title. But certainly it's not been an easy start for the season for them. We'll talk to some players once they're done behind talking with their baseball team. Certainly it's good news there. You the interview, Coach Nick Andrew has been on fire with the bat, also a superb catcher. They have been playing really fantastic baseball, winning the AL Rabinovich title against Ukiah. Coach Salvatella mentioning their number 1 pitcher from Ukiah was playing. Danny Marzo, really the ace for the Trojans. He's really found his groove here, and the Trojans have really 3 main competitors. Going to be Sonoma, Hillsburg, and Annalee for them, and they showed they could defeat Sonoma with some timely hitting and good base running, and now this seems like a complete team that really could certainly win SCL and go far in NCS. Very talented, very experienced. Tough luck. Team certainly feels like they have their confidence, they have their bats going, and they have forget this and we will be live streaming baseball games coming up. It'll be a little break before the next. Also be out here on the softball diamond. Hopefully at least 3 more after this Friday's. To those, most of those start at 4 o'clock. I'll be there, and we'll have many other wonderful games. Our Petaluma the victory pitching and again hitting. Meanwhile, the Trojans fall short. An absolute thriller here. Trojans were down 2-0 early, but Ava Chabot held the Dragons mostly from there. Tied it up 3-3, and they had their chance in the 7th to walk it off. On 3rd with 1 out, they got the bases loaded, 2 outs, and on a 3-2 pitch, it was first that ended. Dragons were able to get home on just a few plays. Some fielding some of it up that struggled, but they really need to improve in a lot of areas of their game there. However, the Trojans did that, and they showed their bats off again, and then they got a runner to third with timely bunting with one out, but unfortunately could not score her home, so they fall 4-3, and they're still looking for their first victory. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are still waiting for the team to finish. We can grab an interview or two. I'd like to remind you to check out all of our videos on Trojan Live. You can see every daily and morning announcement live at 8:25 with all the school news, feature stories, sports, tip of the day, who knows what else that you would want. And you can always view those right here on the Trojan Live channel. Don't forget to check out all of our other sporting events we've done over the course of the year. Football games, basketball games, both road and live. We have boys and girls basketball. And we have a few other exclusive feature stories just to our channel. You don't want to miss those. I know we have some movie reviews from Ben and Gavin that are absolutely superb. And, of course, once we live stream the softball games and the baseball games, and this will be posted, and if we go on the road, those will, of course, be posted as soon as possible to our YouTube channel so you can get complete games and not miss out on these two great teams. Miss having a team meeting behind me. There's going to be some long faces after this one, but hopefully the Trojans can rebound. Interviews are next. However, she pitched wonderful today, so we will talk with her after a treat. All right. Thank you so much. Here's Ava Chabot. Whole game, right? So, you pitched quite great. What was working for you?
Well, I just pitched a lot before, and at practice I've been working on all my pitches, and they were just really working for me.
Loss for the team. They're still searching for their first win. How do you maintain confidence in that?
I mean, a lot of us get down on ourselves, but at practice we just try and be as positive as we can, and we just have to keep on working hard and cheering loud for our teammates.
What key is in the team's game to turning around the season and getting W's?
Mostly we need to work on defense because we've been making a lot of errors. We had 4 unearned runs today, which lost us the game. And I mean, we're hitting the ball hard, but it's just going right to them, and we can't do anything about that, so we just need to keep on working on that.
What do you feel like this team is capable of at the end of the year?
I mean, I think we can go far. We did last year. I mean, we lost in the championship game, but if we just keep on having a positive attitude and trying to build as a team better, then it'll be okay.
Thank you so much, Ava.
Thank you.
Right. David Savo, thank you so much for tuning into our both baseball and softball coverage on a beautiful Tuesday, March 28th, 2017. Petaluma High School softball fields. The baseball team wins 4-1. The softball team with a tough loss. They lose 4-3. It was in extra 9 innings. I'm Griffin Epstein. Thank you for everybody that makes Trojan Live possible. Don't forget to baseball and softball live streams. And remember, you can see all of our sporting events by going to our Trojan Live channel. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day wherever you are. So long.